Today we're going to be talking about what prevents athletes from getting faster. We're going to talk about improper gym training, improper running mechanics, and improper recovery methods. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about today that will prevent athletes from getting faster is what they're doing in the gym. So many athletes, especially football athletes, train incorrectly because, they're trying to get bigger, maybe they're trying to put on size, but I honestly think there's just not enough information on there as how football players should train like athletes and not bodybuilders. To get faster, guys, you should not be lifting a super heavy amount of weight, trying to max out. That's not going to get you fast. It's going to get you stronger, and you do need to get stronger as a football player, but again, that is not going to help you so much with speed. We're going to give you specific exercises and things you can do as this video goes on that you should be doing in the gym, but lifting super heavy weight is not exactly going to translate to on-field speed. Also, you don't want to train your slow twitch muscle fibers in the gym to try to get faster. What do I mean by that? So let's say I'm doing an exercise like squats, right? If I'm doing squats in the 15 to 20 rep range with light weight, I'm just kind of, just going down slow, going up slow, going down slow. I'm not trying to move the weight fast. That's not going to get me faster either. Every single athlete has two types of muscle fibers. You have fast twitch muscle fibers and slow twitch fibers. And if you're training your slow twitch fibers in the gym, moving weight slow, going high reps, that's not going to translate to on-field speed. We want to be explosive athletes. We want to create power. So that's how we should train, and that's what we're going to talk about next. Now, before we get into the correct way that athletes should train, some of the lifts you should be doing to get faster, if you're a quarterback or a wide receiver and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason, we're coming out to 13 more states across the U.S. for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps. So check out that very first link in the description below. If we're coming to a state near you, it's where you can get all the information on where we're traveling to, where the camps will be, and what we will be covering at the camps. Our next camp is going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, then Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas will be after that, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and finishing off the tour in Los Angeles, California. So guys, we'd love to have you out to any one of those camps if it is local to you or if you would like to travel out. So again, very first link in that description below. Let's get back to this video. Now, when it comes to lifting for speed, there are a couple things that you want to focus on. Number one, and that is moving weight fast, right? So I think a lot of times, the misconception is that, you got to train with, super heavy weight to try to increase your fast twitch fibers in your body like we previously talked about. But honestly, guys, you want to take weight that you can control. You want to stay into a 3 to 6 rep range, and you want to try to move that weight as fast as you possibly can. So let's use an example like squats, right? So let's say your max on squats is like 365 pounds, right? That's your 1 rep max. You go low, full depth, you pop back up. That's not necessarily something that's going to get you faster. You lower the weight to 225 and you stay in like an 8 rep range. That's not necessarily something that's going to get you faster. But if you maybe put like 135 on the bar, you drop down and you explode up as fast as you can. You're almost doing explosive squats, almost like a jump squat in a way. That's something that's going to get you faster because that is training those fast twitch muscle fibers in your body. Every single athlete, like we said, has slow twitch fibers and fast twitch fibers. So if you are training fast in the gym and doing those exercises explosively and as quickly as possible, that's what's going to ultimately translate to on-field speed. And a lot of athletes don't train like that. So that's just one example. What are some other exercises that might be better? I think Olympic lifts are great. So if you guys are doing like power cleans, if you guys are doing like push jerk, if you guys are doing any type of like push-up where you're trying to be as explosive as possible, a clap push-up, anything that involves you moving fast and activating those fast twitch fibers in your body is what you should be doing in the gym. Now, another thing that you want to focus on is form is incredibly important, but form in the movements that you're going to be showcasing actually in your sport and actually in the movements that you're going to be training in a live game experience. So what do I mean by that? So like when I was talking about doing squats, let's say you're doing like a jump squat, for example. When are you ever dropping below parallel in an actual football game time situation? You're not usually, right? You're usually playing in a parallel position, slightly above parallel. So if you're doing jump squats and you do an exercise like a 50% jump squat, that's more realistic than you just going below depth trying to explode up as fast as you can. You've got to make sure that you are training correctly in the gym to improve your speed as a whole. Today we're going to be talking about why you can't get faster. We're going to talk about improper gym training methods. We're going to talk about running form and some different recovery mistakes that athletes will make to prevent them from improving their speed. Now, one of the common mistakes that athletes will make in the gym is training like a bodybuilder, and that prevents them from getting faster. So what do I mean by that? So as athletes, there's two types of muscle fibers in your body. There are fast twitch fibers, and then there are slow twitch fibers. Now, as athletes, obviously, if we're trying to get faster, we want to work on our fast twitch fibers, and that can be applied in the gym. Now, in the gym, if you're lifting super heavy, you need to do that as a football player, right? You need to get stronger. That's how you increase, like the different exercise. Like let's say, for example, it's bench press, how I increase my 8 rep max on on bench press, which is a great like rep range to stay in to build muscle, I need to obviously max out and try to increase my 1 rep max. That's how you get stronger. You obviously have to do that, but that's not going to help you get faster. Getting you faster is by doing proper exercises that activate those fast twitch fibers in the gym. Now we're going to give you some of those exercises that you should do and the rep range that you want to stay in to improve your speed. Now, before we get into some of the correct gym training methods you should do to improve your speed, if you are a quarterback or a wide receiver and would like to train with us this offseason, we're coming out to 13 different states across the country for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps. So check out that very first link in the description below if you guys would like some more information, how you can sign up, and what we will be covering at our camps. Our next camp is going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then we'll be heading out to Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York. Then we'll be heading out to Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. So guys, if we're coming to a city near you, we'd love to have you out. So check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get back to this video. Now, in the gym, what you should be doing to improve your speed is activating your fast twitch muscle fibers like we talked about. So what are some of those exercises? What's the rep range that you want to try to stay in? Number one, I recommend any type of explosive lift, aka like an Olympic lift, right? So for example, you got a barbell, you're doing a hang clean, you're doing a full power clean, you're doing a push jerk over your head, you're doing a one-arm dumbbell snatch, all of those things where you are moving weight quickly and you're trying to be as powerful and as explosive as possible is what's going to help you improve your speed because you're activating those fast twitch muscle fibers. Fast twitch muscle fibers are all about just giving out all-out effort. You know what I mean? You're trying to explode. Like, so for example, let's say you're a receiver coming off the ball and you got to run like a 10-yard out. You were trying to explode off the ball, get into your out route as fast as you can, and it's an all-out effort movement. Let's say you're a quarterback. You're trying to throw the ball hard, trying to throw a bullet over the middle. That's an all-out effort movement. You're trying to explode. Same thing when it comes to running speed. So that's how you have to train. Now, in the rep range that you want to stay in is anywhere from 3 to 6 reps, because I think if you go anywhere over that, you're kind of training those slow twitch fibers in your body. You want to try to be as explosive as possible. 3 to 6 reps. You're probably not going to feel a burn, but you should be trying to move weight as quickly as you can. Now, the second thing that will prevent athletes from getting faster is improper running form. This is why a lot of people recommend for athletes to run track in the off season. I honestly don't recommend track in every single situation, simply because sometimes you'll get around a track coach who just doesn't simply know what he's doing. Track is a very underfunded sport at a lot of high school programs, or especially if you're a youth athlete, you know, like youth programs. Usually it's a lot of volunteer work. Not saying it's all volunteer work, but usually they're not going to teach you the correct running form and the correct drills to improve your running form. So first thing I want to talk about with running mechanics is the arm swings, right? So like, it's not just about running, moving your hands as fast as you can. A lot of common mistakes that athletes will make is that they will either swing their arms across their body, or when they run, they will flatten out their elbows. So you're flattening out your elbows and you're not getting this proper drive from your shoulders, so you're limiting your speed. Then a lot of times athletes, they'll almost run across their frame with their arms, but that will turn their body and they're not moving in a straight line, for lack of a better term. And the shortest distance, or the fastest distance between two objects, is straight across, obviously. So you want my arms to be moving straight forward, straight back, 90 degree, right past my pocket, up to my cheek. But a lot of guys don't emphasize proper running mechanic habits, and that's what hinders their speed. So we're going to give you a great drill to work on those arm swings to help you ultimately get faster. So this drill to work on the proper running mechanics with your upper body is called a seated fast hands drill. So this drill is designed to make sure that you have perfect form with your arms, or else this drill will feel extremely awkward and you won't accomplish much on this drill. So you're just going to be sitting down. You want to do this drill, I would say, about 3 sets of about 8 to 10 seconds as fast as you possibly can. So you're going to be sitting down flat just like this. Legs are going to be extended. You want to try to flex your quads, keep a good posture. So what you're going to do is you're going to have perfect 90-degree arms just like so, and you're going to go right past your pockets, right up to your cheek, right? So in this perfect position, you could start out slow if you want, but then you're going to go as fast as you can. And if you swing from your shoulders properly, your butt is going to bounce from side to side. That's how you know you're doing the drill correctly. If you're flattening out at your elbows, you go as fast as you want and your butt's not going to move. You go across, your body's going to move, but your butt's not going to move. So if you swing right past the pocket, right up to your cheek as fast as you can, at a 90-degree angle, your butt will move side to side, and that shows you're doing the drill correctly. So I'm going to show you how this drill should look, full speed. Nice. Now, the next thing that prevents athletes from improving their speed is improper foot strike while you're running. So this ties a lot into your running mechanics. So a lot of athletes are just naturally, they're maybe made that way, or just maybe this is from a lot of bad habits, but they run very flat-footed. Now, I know that seems like common sense to a lot of you, but a lot of you don't even know that you're running flat-footed, right? When you guys run, when you strike the ground with your feet, you want to have your feet in dorsiflexion the entire time, which essentially means that your ankle is flexed, right? A lot of athletes will run with their toes down, so when they strike the ground, they have this very kind of flat-footed strike, or for example, they will just run and strike the ground on their heels first, not generating any explosion and not being able to drive their knee up by striking the ground on the ball of your foot. The ball of the foot is the most explosive part of the foot, and that's where we always want to stay when we run. Now, there are a lot of drills that you can do to work on staying on that ball of the foot, strengthening your calves, strengthening your ankles to allow you to have that proper running mechanic form. We're going to give you a great drill called a Pogo drill to work on that specific element. Now, this drill is something called a Pogo drill, and this is going to be a Pogo jump for height. So essentially what that means is you're going to stand here. You don't need a lot of space for this. You could do this in your room, you could do this at your house, wherever the case may be, but all you're going to do is you're going to stand on the ball of your foot, on the toes, I guess you could say, maybe not on the tippy toes, but more so on the toes. Your heel should be off the ground. And all you're going to do, you're going to be doing reps of 5, or sets of 5, I should say. You're going to be doing 5 Pogo jumps as high as you possibly can. We are jumping for height, but as soon as you hit the ground on the way down, you are trying to explode back up, and you're staying on the ball of your foot. So this strengthens your calves, this strengthens your ankles, gives you more ankle stability, but also helps with our foot strike while we run. So again, we're going to show you how this will look full speed, but you're on the ball of your foot, you're going to jump. As soon as you hit the ground, you're going to jump back up again. And just like we talked about with those gym exercises, you were trying to be as explosive as possible and jump as high as you can for 5 reps. This also can help you activate those fast twitch muscle fibers. This also can translate to vertical jump as well. So I'm going to show you how this is going to look full speed. Now, another common mistake that a lot of athletes will make, which prevents them from getting faster, is not taking their recovery seriously. So I get it, you're on the younger side of things, you recover pretty fast as it is, it's not like you're super sore, worn down, whatever, I understand. But that's one of the biggest mistakes that I made as a player, was not taking my recovery seriously. But when I started taking it seriously, that's when I noticed the biggest change in my speed, overall athleticism, and how I approached the workouts that I was doing for speed and explosiveness. So let me explain, right? So let's say, for example, you have a workout on Monday. Let's say it's a speed workout. You're trying to work on your speed, you're getting faster, you're breaking down tissue in your body and joints in your body, right? And that's totally fine. That's what working out is all about. But then let's say on Tuesday you do a leg workout in the gym, and let's say on Wednesday you do an agility workout. You are not giving yourself the proper time to recover. So when it comes down to a workout split, yeah, you should probably go speed day on Monday, then like an upper body day on Tuesday, etc. You could structure a split many different ways and incorporate off days or rest days in between, no problem. There's many different splits that are going to help you be successful and help you improve your athleticism when it comes to working out in the gym. However, you got to make sure that you take your recovery process seriously by giving yourself at least 1 full day off and 1 full day of rest. Whether you're doing an ice bath, massage gun, foam roller, stretching maybe a little bit more, but taking that 1 day off is going to help you dramatically improve just your joint health. Your muscles are going to feel recovered, and it's going to help you attack your workouts. Because when you're training for speed, like we talked about early on in this, you're trying to be as explosive as possible for every single rep that you do. We're trying to activate fast twitch muscle fibers, right? So if I'm training like that in the gym, I got to get the most out of it. I can't do 3 to 4 reps of something and be lazy with the exercise or not attack it as much as I can because my body's fatigued and I am sore. So you have to take your recovery seriously, like I said. So what are some methods you could do? Something I saw a lot of success with was stretching after every single workout. You don't want to stretch before a workout, because if you stretch a cold muscle, that's going to lead to injury because it puts strain on a cold muscle, and that's not good. You want to do a dynamic warm-up where you get some blood flow going, then do your workout, and then stretch after your workout. I feel like that helped a lot with hip mobility, but also just general recovery. I saw a lot of benefit by getting a massage gun or a foam roller to roll out the lactic acid in your body before working out. That's something that I saw a lot of benefit with, especially as an athlete. You're doing multiple workouts a day. Let's say you do a leg workout in the morning and then you got to do some field work in the afternoon. Rolling out before your field work or just getting some type of massage gun to get blood flow to the area that is affected is something that you could do and do every single time that you work out to help with your recovery process. And then sleep. You guys got to take your sleep seriously. You're not going to grow if you grow when you sleep. So if you don't sleep, if you don't get 7 to 8 hours, especially at your age, you're not going to see those gains in joint health, muscle health, and in your overall athleticism.